Hollywood thrives on glitz, glamour, and guarded secrets. But every so often a revelation bursts through the golden curtain and leaves the industry reeling. That's exactly what's happening right now as actor-director Justin Baldoni takes a bold public stand, one that has placed beloved star Blake Lively directly under the microscope. What began as subtle whispers of tension between the two has now erupted into a full-blown controversy after Baldoni shared what he claims to be undeniable evidence of a troubling experience behind the scenes. And the internet can't stop talking. Known for her role in Gossip Girl and her effortless charm on and off the red carpet, Blake Lively has cultivated a reputation for being Hollywood royalty, polished, poised, and seemingly untouchable. Her marriage to Ryan Reynolds, her fashion sense, and her carefully curated image have all made her a media darling. But Justin Baldoni's latest revelation is threatening to shift that narrative entirely. In a heartfelt video posted to social media, Justin didn't point fingers blindly. He spoke with precision, calm, and clarity, but what he said sent shockwaves through the industry. He described moments of manipulation, lack of creative agency, and emotional exhaustion while working on a high-profile project. Though he didn't name names at first, the breadcrumbs were impossible to ignore. The implications that someone with immense influence used their power in ways that undermined collaboration and silenced dissent. That someone fans quickly inferred was Blake Lively. It didn't take long for the video to go viral. Within hours, fans, media outlets, and even other celebrities began weighing in. Some were shocked. Others felt vindicated by previous suspicions. And yet others warned against rushing to judgment before all facts are known. Still, one thing was clear: Justin's revelations had broken open a conversation that Hollywood often avoids about what really happens when stars clash behind closed doors. The evidence he presented wasn't damning in the traditional legal sense. There were no threats, no lawsuits, at least not yet, but the emotional weight of his story resonated with viewers. Emails, meeting footage, and documented moments of creative shutdown painted a picture of a work environment that was anything but balanced. And as that image became clearer, so too did the public's appetite for answers. Why would someone like Justin, known for his activism, empathy, and professionalism, go public with this now? What happened on set that pushed him to this point? And perhaps the biggest question of all, how will Blake respond? Because this isn't just another Hollywood squabble. This is about truth, power, and accountability, and whether even the brightest stars can hide from their shadows forever. Blake Lively, widely celebrated for her charm, wit, and long-standing career in Hollywood, is now facing a storm unlike anything she's encountered before. What began as whispered rumors around studio lots and social media speculation has rapidly escalated into one of the most talked-about controversies of the year. At the center of this unfolding drama is actor and director Justin Baldoni, a figure known for his compassionate activism and quiet resilience, who has stepped into the spotlight not with a project but with evidence, shocking, unsettling, and impossible to ignore. For months there had been murmurs that something wasn't quite right behind the scenes of a highly anticipated collaboration. While many dismissed it as creative tension or typical Hollywood politics, insiders close to the matter hinted at deeper fractures. And now Justin's recent revelations have begun to confirm what many feared: there may be more to the story than Blake's public image suggests. Justin, known for his grace under pressure, has rarely spoken out on personal or professional disputes, which is why his decision to release what he's calling evidence has sent ripples throughout the industry. According to Baldoni, the truth needed to be told not out of revenge or anger, but to bring light to what he describes as a harmful cycle of silence and misdirection. The initial response from the public has been a mix of disbelief and growing concern. Fans of both stars are scrambling for answers. But as more details emerge, the tone is beginning to shift. What exactly did Justin reveal, and how could this potentially reshape everything we thought we knew about Blake Lively? In a candid but carefully worded video posted to his verified social media account, Justin Baldoni spoke directly to the camera with a calm but serious expression. "This isn't easy," he began, "but I believe it's necessary." What followed was a detailed breakdown of a situation that had allegedly been brewing for over a year. Justin claims that during a collaborative project involving multiple A-list actors and production executives, there were repeated instances of manipulation, miscommunication, and control tactics that created an emotionally unhealthy work environment. Without mentioning names directly at first, many viewers quickly connected the dots when Justin referenced a high-profile co-lead known for her influence and public grace. Shortly after the video went viral, Justin released select emails and behind-the-scenes footage, all of which seemed to point toward moments of tension and unspoken conflict. One particular clip, which has since been dissected by thousands of fans, An analyst shows a production meeting where voices are raised, and a visibly upset Baldoni appears to walk out of the room. While the footage doesn't show any outright wrongdoing, the context painted by Baldoni in his video made viewers reconsider the narrative. He described how certain production decisions were allegedly overridden without consensus, how some cast members were reportedly pressured to stay quiet, and how he personally felt emotionally sidelined throughout the process. The most shocking part: a portion of the correspondence allegedly includes references to efforts made by a powerful figure to control the message. After media speculation began earlier in the year, while no direct threats or illegal actions have been revealed so far, the implication that reputation management came before workplace transparency has reignited old debates about Hollywood's public-facing image versus behind-the-scenes reality. This has left many wondering, is Blake Lively being misunderstood? Or is there more truth to Justin's claims? Then her team wants the world to see Hollywood a place where friendships are often as performative as roles themselves. Has been quick to react, but not always with clarity. Within hours of Justin Baldoni's revelation, insiders from both camps began issuing subtle statements. Some backed Justin, applauding his courage to speak up, while others rallied behind Blake, defending her professionalism and kindness. A former co-star of Blake spoke anonymously, saying, "I've always found Blake to be deeply committed to her work. It's hard to believe she'd be intentionally harmful." On the flip side, a crew member from the controversial project commented, "There were days that felt tense, like we were all walking on eggshells." Social media has erupted with speculation. Hashtags like #Justice for Justin and #Stand with Blake began trending side by side. Entertainment talk shows are dissecting every word, every frame, every hint. Fans are split, unsure who to believe in this increasingly murky situation. What's also become clear is the absence of a formal statement from Blake herself. While her PR team has remained tight-lipped, citing ongoing discussions, fans are hoping for either clarity or closure. In the meantime, many believe the silence only fuels further doubt. Industry analysts point out that this incident could have wider implications. It's not just about one actor versus another. One expert explained, it's about the power dynamics in Hollywood and how silence can be used to maintain control. The fallout could affect upcoming projects, brand deals, and public trust, especially if new layers of information continue to emerge. Despite the storm of speculation, some voices are urging patience. "Let's hear both sides," one prominent director tweeted. "No one wins when we rush to judge. But in a world where perception is often reality, is patience even possible?" With tensions mounting and media attention intensifying, both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are now facing intense pressure to respond, not just with statements but with honesty. While Baldoni's revelations have certainly caught the public's attention, questions remain about what his endgame truly is. Is it about accountability, awareness, or something more personal? Meanwhile, sources close to Blake hint that a response is in the works, something measured, respectful, and grounded in facts. Those close to her argue that context matters and that while misunderstandings may have occurred, they don't define the entirety of what happened. But even if Blake addresses the issue, the landscape has already shifted. Conversations around set culture, creative control, and emotional safety in the entertainment industry are gaining renewed focus. Advocacy groups have begun urging studios to create more robust systems for conflict resolution, especially when power imbalances exist. As for Justin, he has made it clear he's not pursuing legal action, at least not at this time. Instead, he wants the industry to reflect and evolve. "This isn't about blame," he said. "It's about doing better." Still, the possibility remains that others may come forward, especially as more individuals reflect on their experiences. Whether their stories will support or contradict Justin's claims is yet to be seen. What is certain is that this situation isn't just about two celebrities. It's about how power, perception, and pressure intersect in the world of fame. Whether Blake Lively is ultimately vindicated or challenged further, this chapter has already left a mark. And for the fans of both Blake and Justin, the only real hope now is for transparency, growth, and maybe even reconciliation. The unfolding situation between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is more than just a celebrity controversy. It's a mirror reflecting deeper challenges in Hollywood: power dynamics, transparency, and the cost of silence. Justin's decision to speak out, supported by selective evidence and a candid tone, has disrupted the typical narrative of polished public relations and left fans and industry insiders questioning what really goes on behind the scenes. Blake Lively, long admired for her elegance and professionalism, now finds herself at a critical crossroads. Her silence so far has been interpreted in various ways as strategy, restraint, or uncertainty. But in a media-driven world, silence often speaks volumes. Whether her response will clarify the situation or raise new questions remains to be seen. What makes this story particularly gripping is that it lacks a clear villain or victim. Both parties have reputations to protect, truths to tell, and careers on the line. The absence of legal claims, at least for now, suggests this may be more about public accountability and perception than courtroom battles. But the ripple effect has already begun. At its core, this controversy reminds us that fame does not shield anyone from scrutiny. When people in power are called out, even subtly, the public demands answers and the industry watches closely. Whether this leads to healing, deeper understanding, or further division depends largely on how both Blake and Justin choose to move forward. For now, fans are left with fragments of truth, competing narratives, and the hope that whatever happens next, it brings clarity and growth, not just for the individuals involved but for the entire entertainment industry, because behind every scandal is a chance for change, and perhaps that's the most important story of all.